It was nearly 2 weeks ago when Kyle Beach came forward and identified himself in a TSN interview as the player who says he was sexually assaulted in the spring of 2010 by former Chicago Blackhawks video coach Brad Aldrich. Beach's story has sent tremors through the hockey world, and tonight, Rick Westhead brings us the latest on this story, a conversation he had with the mother of John Doe, a former hockey player Aldrich was convicted of sexually assaulting during a high school team's year-end party. This conversation has been edited in part for clarity and to protect the identity of John Doe,
We now know the Chicago Blackhawks did not report Aldrich to police. He left on his own terms, and he even had a day with the Stanley Cup. 3 years after he left the NHL, Aldrich worked as a volunteer coach in Houghton, Michigan, with a high school team. In the spring of 2013, at a year-end party, Aldrich sexually assaulted a 16-year-old boy. He was charged, pleaded guilty, and sentenced to 9 months in jail. And over the past week, I've had the chance to talk to the mother of that player, who is referred to in court documents as John Doe 2. You'll hear some clips from our interviews and conversations. To begin with, how her son fell in love with the game.
He was very big into collecting sports cards and mostly hockey, and he had a huge amount of hockey cards, almost every player that you could think of, probably 10, 15, 20, 20 of the same person. The first time he was on skates was when he was about 3 years old, and he loved the sports ever since he got his little skates on and pushed a little chair around on the ice.
John Doe 2 turned 16 in January 2013. 2 months later, like so many teenage athletes do, he attended a party to mark the end of his team season.
There was a hockey party for a year-end for all the hockey players at a house in Houghton, one of the players' parents' houses, and I just, he said that everybody was going to be there, so of course I wanted him to be a part of that. And he just said there was a year-end hockey party, and I took him there that night, in a big, beautiful home. And the people that lived there, I trusted. And I didn't have no ill thoughts about anything before that because I trusted those people that lived there and their son. And so when I dropped him off there, thinking how awesome it was that he's a part of the team and he is able to celebrate this year-end celebration of the hockey team and stuff, and so I was happy that I was able to take him there, and he was able to go and be a part of that. But then when I picked him up the next morning, he was really quiet. He didn't seem himself. I just thought that he didn't get enough sleep, and maybe they did have a couple drinks and he stayed up too late or something. I don't know. I didn't pressure him because it was a year-end party and I thought that the parents were there. And then I come to find out that the parents were out of town. So there was no supervision at all at that household.
John Doe 2's mother said her son's mood changed overnight. He took a car for a joyride even though he didn't have his driver's license. He broke into a lake cabin. And one evening in September 2013, after finding a bottle of Benadryl in her son's pockets, John Doe 2's mother searched his room and found many more empty bottles. She decided to confront him when he came home that night. She called him a loser for using drugs and said his girlfriend deserved better.
He got upset at me because I told him that she didn't deserve to date a loser. He got upset at me. He never raised his voice ever to me. And he screamed in my face, "Do you want to know why, Mom? Do you? Do you want to know why I'm a loser, Mom? Do you want to know why?" As he yelled in my face, I was in complete shock. And when those horrible words came out, he said, "Because I was raped, Mom." And I just held him and screamed, "No, no, no." That's all I could say. Then we finally were able. I was able to hold him, and I held him all the way into the living room and sat him down on the couch and sat on the floor, looking up at him, trying to explain that not everybody is like us, good people, and so sorry, and things that have happened to us in the past, and let him know that he's not alone. And we're going to do something. We're going to do something. I'm here for him 100%. He wasn't going to live this nightmare by himself. And I've lived up to that, and he knows it.
I asked John Doe 2's mother what it was like for her to watch Kyle Beach's interview on TSN.
I just wanted to reach through that TV screen and hold him like I did my son that day. I just wanted to hold him. I just wanted to tell him everything's going to be okay. It's got to be okay. And I'm here for him. And we don't fault him at all. He's not at fault for this at all. Not at all. He's a survivor, like my son. Yes, they were victims, but they're surviving now. And he is so courageous, and we admire him more than he even knows. And I just wish I could have hugged him. I was sitting here by myself, watching it, and I just wanted to hold him like I held my son. And tell him I was sorry.
The NHL has already committed to providing counseling for Kyle Beach and his family. But during a press conference a week ago, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said that while the NHL is open to a discussion about helping John Doe 2 get therapy, he needs more information before he can make that kind of commitment. I asked John Doe 2's mother what she would say to Gary Bettman and what the NHL should do for her son.
I think he needs a new job. I think he needs to retire. I don't think he has empathy for kids or even young adults. And if he needs more information, I got a whole folder full of it right here for him. He can read. I got the court documents of the conviction. He needs more information to help my son. I have it. He needs to figure out a way to get therapy for my son and health insurance. My son's working right now, but he can't afford health insurance. He tries to make ends meet with the job he has, and health insurance would help get him therapy to get through his social anxiety and his PTSD from this. And he's worried for future possible problems for all the drug use he had taken back then, that there might be some repercussions from that and later in life.
The Chicago Blackhawks are now involved in settlement talks with both Kyle Beach and John Doe 2. But at the same time, the team's attorneys are trying to have both cases dismissed from the courts. If you're interested in more information about this story, you can check out our website, tsn.ca.
And for those that need support, you can reach out to crisisservicescanada.ca or call them or text them. No matter where you live in Canada, additional support is never far away. Check out local distress centers and crisis organizations across Canada listed on the Crisis Services Canada website.